Hello and welcome to another episode of Tan Pants.
We're all out of time. We
have
do
no
not
time.
have the patience and or time to record a video this week.
My brain, editing the video was very, very hard.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, by the time you listen to this, you guys will have seen two of them. Two live shows.
Yeah.
Two full shows in video. Me sitting right here, I haven't edited the next one in my timeline. In your timeline, you've already seen it.
Yeah.
But so much work. So we're not sure if we're continuing with the video format. As of right now, we're not. We're just so tired. But also to kind of show off how lazy and tired we are, this is a lazy episode.
Right.
This is Tan Pants Lazy Episode 1.
Yeah.
We might do this every couple months depending upon how lazy we feel.
None of us had time to research topics,
None of us.
just like me,
Just like Josh.
every week.
Because Josh is so busy.
So we're all doing a Josh topic.
Yeah, this is going to be an episode of news.
Yeah.
So it's the news with Josh about the news with Tan Pants. Mm-hmm. And also Max is in here.
Yeah, you
Max-
probably noticed.
Max is just a guest star at this point.
Yeah, he died again.
He sometimes shows up. Instead, we have our other brother who is here.
Jay Sanderson.
Actually, that's not my name.
Jace is here, and he's going to talk about building Legos and the time that he knocked over Norway.
How big was Norway?
Norway's smaller than you think. It's very easy to knock it over.
It was difficult than you will imagine. So yeah.
Yeah.
Clay has something very special.
All right, I haven't read this article at all.
Not that.
And
That's
I
just
read
promise.
I read it months ago.
Oh.
I remembered it. All right. So it goes, the famed One Piece mangaka, which that's a creator of a Japanese comic.
Oh, this is about One Piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has become more machine than man.
He's a space
Isn't
cop.
that Star Wars?
Yes. It says that Eiichi Oda, Eiichiro Oda, creator of the series One Piece, he's always been an elusive individual. However, in a rare recent private interview, he revealed his secret to keeping his health. It's a result not of vampirism, as others had suspected, but a slow process of replacing his skin and internal organs with cybernetic implants.
As
he's
you
an
do
actual-
in Japan.
an actual cyborg.
Now wait,
Yes.
has this ever been done? Like ever?
Yeah, the first cyborg was a German mercenary. I forget what his name was, but he had a fake arm. He lost his arm, and he had a mechanical one made that he could pose and stuff. And he could even he could sign his name with it. He could drink from it. He could do all these things with his middle arm.
Now,
So
when did
cyborgs
this-
have been around for a while.
When did this happen? Did you talk about this in the?
I think I did talk about it one time.
Okay, yeah.
It was I think it was like 1600s, so a long time ago. Okay, is this for real? This is what he's doing?
No,
is
this
he
like
joking around?
It's a joke article.
Oh, okay.
It says, for almost 20 years, he's been working with minimal interruptions, a feat which he chiefly attributes to a series of expensive surgeries to replace failing body parts with robotic equivalents.
Can you explain to our audience who this man is? Because I'm a little bit familiar with him. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, his name is Eiichiro Oda. He's the creator of One Piece, which is the best-selling, I think, comic in the world now.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
manga. I think technically.
Yeah, and he's been doing it nonstop since 1997.
So
Pretty crazy.
this is like every week he releases a new thing, or like every.
Yeah, just about. It's like a 17-page comic, hand drawn by pretty much just him.
So he's been doing this since '97.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very impressive.
Real cyborg.
Does he got like cyber things to keep up his productivity?
I don't know. It says, at first, I was able to get by with just passion alone.
Yeah.
But part of the way through, I began to get irritated with how long it took to consume food and keep up my hygiene.
Wow.
At first, I turned to alchemy, and it soon became difficult to find sacrifices to appease the elder gods. So I began putting my fortune to work in developing the technology I would need to transcend humanity.
Oh my goodness.
Much cheaper, yeah.
I mean, like, he writes comic books, but he's like a comic book person himself.
Well, I mean, if you work that hard for that long on one thing,
Yeah.
he doesn't have time to read other comics.
He's making them.
He's like, oh, comics are really fun. I'm good at drawing. Hey, I had a big idea for this pirate adventure. I'll write.
Yeah.
I'll do it it'll take about 40 years to do. I'll just do just this for 40 years and not read anything else again. Like, he doesn't have any time for anything else.
Yeah, it's true. What is it? He sleeps for 4 hours, and that's it. Like every day.
That guy's committed. How do you get that committed?
I don't know. He's Oda.
Yeah.
Man.
It says becoming a digital life form has helped the strain of drawing One Piece immensely. I no longer need to sleep, and I'm able to draw new characters with just a mere thought.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
starting to think, like, maybe this is a little made up.
You didn't catch it was made up? You didn't catch this was a fake article?
Well, I assume that...
Clay even said it was a fake article in the beginning.
I mean, I've heard of you... Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that, but I was assuming.
It's okay, Josh. I was a bit confused halfway through, but I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know I'm there.
Yeah.
All right, so Oda expressed his hope that One Piece would have a lifespan longer than that of the current generation, eventually striving for the series to outlast all other collective works of art as a whole. When the existence of humanity itself ceases to exist, Oda assured readers that the eternal adventure of One Piece would continue in its place.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So this guy intends to keep on making comics for his audience, like forever. But what happens when his audience has died off?
He gets
Don't worry
more
about it.
audience.
Don't-
Yeah,
okay.
the stars.
Turns
His
them to
audience,
robots.
his audience gets married and have kids. And
Yeah.
then the audiences tells the audience's kids is that the comic is great and you should read it.
Yeah, but
That's
what
how
if the
it
kids are
works.
like, this is lame. I want to play, my Atari over here.
You were talking about borrowing ebooks from the library. I found out that you can get One Piece off of the library, but like I tried to borrow it, but it was like on hold for like 16 weeks. Like
Oh
that many
my.
people have said, "I want to read it. I want to read it," and it's like on hold. It's just it's just like the first 5 comics. It's like all the different volumes you got to borrow. It's all on hold.
Yeah, it's a hot product, commodity. That's the word.
It's in the zeitgeist.
For those that don't know, it's pirates.
It's pirates. It's
And they go from island to island, and each island is basically completely different from the last. So one island is like an Arabian place with deserts and everything.
Yeah.
Another island is like a frozen tundra. The next one's just like a big port city. And so with that, each island has its own story arc and its own world and economy, and then they all kind of tie into each other.
So are we in the story? Are we following a characters or group of characters, or what's the overall plot?
Yeah,
of the
you're
story?
following the Straw Hat Pirates on their journey to find the legendary One Piece, the treasure that would make their dreams come true.
the main guy is Luffy, right? Luffy what?
Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy. He's stretchy.
Oh,
He's stretchy like Mr. Fantastic or something like
I've
that.
seen that character.
Yeah, if you guys look, if I showed you a picture of this guy, you'd say, "Oh, I've seen him before."
Okay, for our listening audience, I am looking at a screen of a kid with a hat, just staring blank into this camera, and
You just described Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
no. Well, this kid. Oh, well, this is like a Japanese version of that, and I'm getting nothing.
You're getting nothing. You don't recognize him. Never seen him before.
This is the popular image.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell.
Oh yeah, and they haven't explained anything. Like, what is the One Piece? They have like these ancient super weapons. You never see them. You don't really know what they are.
Yeah.
Actually, we saw one. It was just like a girl. It's like it's her.
You're the super weapon. It's that one.
Yeah, I only got like halfway through before I quit because he did have health problems for a minute.
Right.
And so it was like, well, when you're waiting once a week, that's one thing. But then when you randomly have these, like, he's so rude and having to get sick. I was like, wow, this is like just stopping the series right there and just waiting till it ends. It's easier. than having to like put up with that.
So like how long is it? Like I'm expecting this is massive.
Oh, it's got thousands of chapters.
1,000. Okay. Does it keep your interest?
Yeah,
Wow.
it does. But I will tell you this much: some of the arcs get really long, and they're really good. But it's really long, and if you're there when it's new and you're waiting every week, it's killer.
Oh, you're waiting for the next episode, basically.
Yeah.
So how far he has an end in sight, right? Like how far does he have to go?
He said it's probably like 70 to 80% done.
Wow, since 1997. So
Yeah.
mathematically, when is it in then? Are we looking at the 40s, 2040?
I don't know, probably this decade.
Okay. That'll be a big thing. You'll have the giant One Piece box set like this big. That's cool. So it's good to know that, people are being productive in the world. My news article I found, Josh, Max, Timmy,
Excuse me?
Josh, Timmy, Clay, you guys are robbers.
Wait, excuse me?
You guys want to go steal something. You are a bunch of nerd-do-wells, and you're like, hey, how are we going to afford Elden Ring? We need to hypothetically, we need to go to the who's the place?
The game.
No,
Go.
The Wally World.
the place where you take junk and they give you money.
The scrapyard?
Thrift store.
What is
Congress?
it called? What is
Goodwill?
it? No, the place. I can't honestly
Pawn
don't know
shop.
the pawn shop.
Oh.
The pawn shop.
Just so you know, I'd never been to a pawn shop.
I've been to a pawn shop before.
Wait, I've been to
It's
once,
depressing.
but it was just junky. Just,
So yeah, well, yeah, of course, because a pawn shop is you bring your stuff and you're like, hey, how much will you give me for this? And he says, I'll give you $70 for that. And okay, he gives you $70 and he takes it. Now, he gets to keep that. But if you come back and pay back the $70, you get it back. But if you don't come back, then someone else can buy it.
Yeah.
Pawn shop. It's a way to get money quickly.
Right.
No, they sell it for a profit.
Oh, they just sell for profit?
Yeah, so it's like they'll pay you $70 and you come back and it's like 120.
That's disappointing.
why would I want to buy it back if I sold it in the
But
first
here's
place?
the thing.
If it's something really valuable, you're like, I just need the money right now.
Listen.
I'll come
Yeah.
back.
Elden Ring is like $70. Okay? We got to get Elden Ring. I might have stuff to pawn.
Listen, just be patient. Wait like 11, 20 years.
It'll be
Then
free.
you'll be able to download the ROM.
Yeah. Okay. But we could get it today. If we go steal some stuff and go pawn it off. So, guys, where do you go? Where do you go to steal something to pawn to get money to buy something?
To my boss's house.
Go to your boss's house, right? Where else would you go? Josh, where'd you go?
I'd go to the park and I'd dig through the trash.
What? You think you pawn trash?
No, you find some cool stuff in there.
Okay, find cool stuff in trash. Timmy, where do you go?
Maybe the Walmart dumpster.
Okay. So these guys, this group of criminals, they decide to go to the medical center. There is a medical research center in Denver, Colorado. So there was a truck that showed up to the medical research place. The driver gets out. He's here for a delivery.
Yeah.
He walks inside to get paperwork or whatever. And while he's away from the truck, a group of guys, they jump from the bushes and they break into the truck and they steal whatever's inside. Like, oh, God, we got to steal something. We got to steal something. Oh, grab that. Oh, yeah, get that. So they take that and they take a dolly and they take it off. Guess what they stole?
I saw the article.
Organs.
A box of human heads.
Ooh.
How big is the box?
What?
So it says here a box of human heads went missing in Denver. The heads were taken out of a medical van Thursday morning in Denver's Central Park neighborhood. It reports that the van was parked near 23rd and Syracuse Street when the crooks broke in and stole a dolly and snatched the box.
Like
It's
a
not-
dolly. Like Miss Tupsy.
It's me, Miss Tupsy. I'm here with the human heads. I'm here to tell you, don't take the human heads. They have a medical research.
Shocking
This sounds
Tina.
like the beginning of like a Batman story where he's like, why did they take the heads?
Why did they take human heads?
Because they were morons.
It's like it's Joker. He's making a monster with the heads.
He's making a head monster. And he goes to Joker like, I'm not doing that, Batman. That's crazy.
And then the Riddler shows up. Riddle me this, Batman.
And he punches him. He's like, "It wasn't me. No, I didn't steal the heads.
No, but I had some pretty good puns with the heads.
But I was gonna have you go in there for a while."
Yeah.
And then he finally finds the guy who's stealing all the heads. You know who it is?
Who?
It's Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Kite Man. But
I have no
Kite
idea
Man
who that
teamed
is.
up. Kite Man teamed up with Big Wheel.
No. So Batman shows up to Kite Man. He's like, "What'd you do with Kite Man?" He's like, I figured I'd come up with something later. Like, human heads. They were just sitting there. Human heads. Like, I'll just help them with that. But I've been sitting here for hours. I can't think of anything to do with these
You
human
weren't
heads.
supposed to come yet.
I was, maybe take a couple of days.
I even invited Calendar Man.
Listen,
Calendar Man's here. We're going to think of something with heads. Maybe some puns. We might get Riddler to help us with puns. He's like, "Here's the heads. I need you to open the box. You can take it back. It's in the freezer." So it's not clear if the thieves knew they were taking what they were taking or if they got a gruesome surprise later. So it says, the box is blue and white and has the label "Exempt Human Specimen" on it. Anyone who sees the box is asked to call the Denver police right away. So, I mean, if you're... Why would you steal a bunch of human heads?
They must have thought, like, maybe it was just something interesting.
Oh, you know what they're trying to do?
What?
They were junkies trying to get drugs.
Maybe.
Medical research, man. Medical research. Maybe. I bet they're delivering. Grab a box. Okay. So they broke in, they grabbed it. Like, "Yeah, we got all the drugs." And they get back to their apartment, they open it up, and like, "Oh! Ooh. That's my brother. He died yesterday. How did we get his head?"
He sees someone you recognize, he's like, "Ha ha."
Like, "Hi, Jimmy. I didn't know you were dead. I'm sorry to find out about your passing this way." Oh boy.
So what would you imagine they would have done after that realization?
I think so if there's a couple of them, one of them would be like freaking out.
Yeah.
Like vomiting in the corner. Another one would be right there with him, not vomiting, but just trying to comfort him. But one of them is like a true psychopath and like looks at the heads and feels nothing. And like picks one up and like is really creepy. He's like, "Hey," he walks to the guy with the head and they freak out. And it devolves to like a house fire eventually.
Yeah.
Things just get out of control with these human heads. Yeah, don't steal human heads.
yeah. If that was me, I'd probably just be like, "I'm out of here."
I'm gone. I'm gone.
It's
I'm
like, wait a
moving.
second.
You
Why
can
am-
have the house.
Why am I with a bunch of druggies anyway?
Yeah, why hang out with the druggies? I mean,
This is like
Hey.
bad. Your life went down a bad
Yeah,
path.
your life is already bad if you're stealing these heads.
you didn't know the Reds.
Alternate reality.
Maybe that scared him straight. They're like, "Oh my, this could have been me." But here's a better question: what were the medical people doing with the severed heads?
Yeah, that's more
What
important.
were they going to do with those heads?
I think-
Science.
They're
Do
going
you
to
remember that one episode? I think it was a movie of the X-Files we saw a long time ago. You remember that one?
yeah.
Maybe it was that exact same situation. There's one person that believed that he could like save the world by learning this method.
but
and
those-
it just went sour. Just
That
like
was
in the
like
movie.
a Russian billionaire trying to live forever. And
you know
he
what?
was stealing.
I know why. Because when the heads arrived, they're like, it's the same thing with Kite Man. He didn't know what to do with them. He wasn't thinking about it. Just the heads came in because those people actually they had the audacity to check the organ donor box.
Or donor, yep, that's
And so when people do that, it just comes in, maybe every few years, some people actually check it.
Oh dear. Yeah, I heard there's another story. This is kind of gruesome, but a lady checked when she died. She wrote that she would like her body used for medical research to help people, and her son, after the fact, found out that she wasn't sent to medical research. She was sent to the military, where they strapped her body to a chair and blew it up to test the explosion.
like her corpse.
Her corpse, yeah.
Okay.
So they detonated his mother's corpse in a field somewhere just to test the bomb and how the body would separate. He's like, that is not what she signed up to do. I did not check the organ donor card.
Yeah,
I want the government to have nothing to do with my body when I'm dead.
that's right.
Okay, so speaking of moving on, talk about the criminals and moving on for their lives
And dying.
Well, just this moving on. Do you know who else is moving on?
Robert.
Several thousand people every day.
All-American
Not
rejects.
people, but spiders.
Oh, are these spiders that go into the atmosphere?
Well, no, they pretty much all do, I think. But this one particular species of spiders, I saw this article today. Again, like Clay, I haven't read it all.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Oh, really?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, but I'll just continue with. So basically, according to this one column, there's not a new species, but a species of
Invasive species.
invasive species of spiders that are starting to migrate slowly up north. And so I'm just going to go and read the article. And so the headline is this. So far in this article, they said that don't worry, it's going to be fine. But the headline reads this. Beware the Joro spider. Scientists say the giant but harmless Arcadian, arachnid, thank you, is spreading. So don't worry, but beware.
Don't worry,
Giant.
it's just spreading.
So it's a giant.
It's
arachnid.
giant but harmless.
Yes. So
Yeah.
then it says they're huge, have 8 blue, black, and yellow striped legs, and could soon move into the most eastern seaboard of the U.S. So yes, apparently in this study they say that these spiders are. They originate in the south in more warmer climate, but they realized that this particular type of spider, they started to realize that it could potentially start surviving in much more colder climates.
They're evolving.
Adapting, I
evolving.
think. So
They're like, hey, honey, this batch of eggs, let's focus on making them like cold spiders.
Yeah.
Okay, cold spike. They go to the eggs. Cold. Cold.
They just blow on it really hard.
And the baby spider's like, stop it.
It's cold.
that's exactly what the researchers found. No, just kidding. So it says that's because researchers have discovered that large, what's that word again?
Arachnids?
Arachnid, thank you, have a higher probability of surviving a brief freeze than any other closely related spiders of the same genus. People should
Genus.
try to learn
Genus,
to
yeah.
live with them. As Andy Davis, a research
Let them into
scientist-
your house.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this
there
is
you go.
this is what the research scientist at the Odium School of Ecology says.
You should cover your body with these spiders
Yeah.
and just live
It would take about 5 of them because it's so huge.
like that.
Yeah.
Did they say how big they are? I mean,
They did. It says the Joro spider can grow to be around 3 inches long, including a very large, bulbous body with bright yellow stripes.
so the way I do inches is I think of a Subway 6-inch,
Okay.
about this big. So half of that.
Yeah.
It's a big spider.
That's a big spider.
Yeah. So just arachnophobia
Well,
people
it's-
out there beware.
It's not that big. Like, I mean, like the photos they took, like the perspective, it looks like it's like a foot long or longer.
Yeah.
Are you saying that these
Clickbait.
people mistaken a foot-long sandwich as a spider?
Yes.
That's probably what happened. Okay. So moving on. So yeah, it says that this spider is pretty big. It says that the Joro spider gets its name from the Jorogumu, which is a Japanese folklore that can turn itself into a beautiful woman to prey on unsuspecting men.
I am Joro Guru.
So already this
Here's the guy's like, hey, that spider turned into a pretty good looking girl.
So this thing is already set up to be a frightening thing, and people are the one thing the scientists are saying. Don't worry. So yeah, I trust you with a name like that.
We've been studying their evolution patterns or adapting patterns. They're not going to turn into beautiful women.
I mean, we've bred that out of them. Only a couple of them still can do that, but they don't. They obviously look like spider ladies, so
We
you
have
won't
a
be
few
attracted.
specimen, but they're locked up.
They're locked up tight behind this. They're locked up tight. Don't panic.
So to continue with the article, it says, despite their startling appearance and their namesake, Davis noted Joros didn't appear to be harmful or have much of a effect on local agriculture or ecosystems.
That's good.
Yeah, so basically he says, like, since, there's basically be another food source for large birds of prey and stuff like that. And while they kill their prey using venom, scientists say that they are harmless to people and pets because their fangs are usually too small to break the human skin.
Oh, I heard the word usually.
I've heard that.
I
all
heard the
time.
word usually just there.
And they also did begin with beware, but don't worry. So
Yeah,
Don't worry.
nothing to worry about.
That's just a news person trying to get
They're
you click.
usually Not, but we bred these ones specifically so they can.
In other words, try to leave them alone, David says. If they're literally in your way, I can see taking the web down, moving them to the side, but they're just going to be back next year. So,
I see this as a win. We get a cool new spider.
yeah, basically.
And they're only going to bother the people on the East Coast because they can't survive a long freeze.
Yeah, basically. So,
Listen.
in the long run, just, if there's a brand new...
And they're parachuting, right?
They're going to go west. They're going to move west.
So in the long run, so what you do whenever you see a brand new species of spider, especially a large one, is not to panic. Don't touch it. Don't let it into your home.
And
Just
if it turns to a Japanese woman,
stay away.
Okay, so scientists again,
them scientists.
and the wonders of artificial intelligence.
Ooh.
Guess what they're decoding?
Are they decoding?
It's animal related.
I thought because someone used AI to decode some of Charles Dickens' notes. He wrote in this really fast writing system, like when you took notes. So over there in London, when you had to take notes quickly because you're in counting and there's no computers, they made up a system of writing for just accountants
Okay.
to really quickly write lots of information, like in small little packets.
Okay.
And that's how Dickens took all of his notes because that's what he did before he was a writer.
So nobody knows how to do that? They
Yeah,
figured
it's
it out?
very difficult to understand. But they got an AI to decode it for him. So they're able to read some of his notes now.
What did it say?
I don't remember.
So
it
we're
was
gonna
something-
get like
It
Great
said eggs.
Expectations too.
Here
milk.
comes Great Expectations 2.
They're even bigger.
You won't expect this.
So anyway, they made an AI pig translator.
Yo.
Why?
I do want to know what pigs are saying.
Guess how many different calls they have?
7.
42.
7,414.
That's a language right there.
Yeah.
And
They recorded it from, 400 different pigs.
See, maybe the pigs think we're stupid. They're like, they can't even speak. What are they doing? They're just feeding us.
A little kid sitting outside and this pig comes up. And then the kid's like, oh, it's so cute. And the pig is saying, life is meaningless. I want to join a cult. Let me go join. I want to go join the cult in the woods. Open the gate for me.
They're saying more negative situations, they're high-pitched squeals,
Yes.
obviously, and low-pitched grunts.
Yeah.
Josh read something frightening just then.
Hold on.
Isn't
Low
there,
pitch means what, Joshua?
isn't there something in the Bible about like talking to animals or something?
It just said the sentence just stopped.
like
Okay,
pigs.
moving on.
The pigs took over. Like
They took over. We can't have the decoding.
the pig's like, don't tell them what the low grunts mean. Yeah, and in the Bible, I think the only talking animal thing I can recall is
Balaam's
Balaam's donkey.
Yep.
was it
Yeah, that's the only thing I can recall. Talking
something
animal.
like the humans and animals will something? I don't know.
I know that it says that a kid will play with a venomous cobra and be safe.
Yeah, I do that every day.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, man.
And this is an article.
Wait, what they decode? Did they decode anything?
They didn't tell us here.
You just made
I
a
need to
big
Google
claim.
it.
You made a
Fine.
big claim that they decoded pig calls, and then you didn't share any pig information.
I want the translator, the AI translator.
Because to say you have an AI translator to translate pig, you need to have a test of it. What they say?
Oh, dude, there's a full video.
Yeah, man.
But we got to watch the video.
I don't watch the video. Skip to the end.
Yeah. Skip it in the end of this. We have trained the algorithm to decode pig grunts, said study author Dr. Eladi Briefer. No, I don't want notifications. We have trained the algorithm. She already said that. Now we need someone who wants to develop the algorithm into an app that farmers can use to improve the welfare of their animals.
Are you serious?
So we got to wait for you guys to develop an app before I can play with your API?
Do they have any tests of this, or is it
I want to
just?
see it. I could watch the video, but that's a video.
You know what? This could be a scam made by animal activists
Probably.
because you have a pig farmer like, I'll get this app to see how my pigs are doing.
Okay, I'm going
And
to...
he downloads the app and he be like, okay, pigs talk, and the pigs.
This is not a video. This is just a video of pigs.
But then the app, after it listens, it says, this is inhumane. You should not eat me. I have
Yeah.
a family. I want to live. And every grunt does that.
Right.
Although I've been doing my own independent research, I think to me some of them have been saying Napoleon is always right, and all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
The pigs have been saying that.
That's what pigs say.
Animal Farm, anyways. But yeah,
That's what pigs say.
Wow. So Napoleon's always right?
Napoleon's always right.
or yeah.
No, I think it was the name of one of the pigs. Napoleon.
Yeah, I think it was the one that kind of took control of the farm after the other one.
Yeah, they made propaganda posters that said things like that.
Well, psychologytoday.org, they post an article. The title of the article says, "New study suggests people are much more likely to remember a fact if their life is threatened while learning it."
And I saw this too.
Yeah.
I tried to
and
go.
since then, the article has been deleted.
Yes, because someone realized, like, someone wrote this article, and the
Yeah.
boss was like, "What articles do we have today?" I wrote this one. He looks down.
You didn't publish that.
Wait, are you telling? Take that down. We're gonna have teenagers threaten each other to learn their test scores faster.
There's something that we do got. We have Reddit comments.
What'd they say?
Is the staff at Psychology Today doing all right?
Yeah, how do you test that? Like, okay, guys, we're gonna do a new test. Okay, now this is a gun. Okay, it's loaded. And they fire in the ceiling, and they point at the guy's face. They go, "Oh, oh!" Remember what this sequence of numbers: 1, 17, 99, 5, 17. Oh, just repeat it back. 1, 9, 17, 1, 9, 17.
He's like, memorize these flashcards.
Surely there is a more civilized way of remembering numbers.
I mean, why would you do that study? Because you do studies to find out how to better do things. Mm-hmm. So did someone really do this study thinking this would be a good way to learn things? Threatening someone's life? Because after a while, you kind of get desensitized to have your life threatened.
Yeah.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's unless he's righteous.
Yes.
What did you say?
Because he's
I don't know. I'm looking at Bible verses.
About threatening people's life?
No, I
about
read
talking
like the
animals.
first line. I didn't read the second one.
Oh, okay.
It said, "Whoever is righteous has regard for life of his beast."
Yeah, take care of your animals.
wait, is this regard to the pigs or?
No,
The big
it's just in
translator?
Proverbs.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
I have another.
You got another
Story.
one? Okay, here's the last one from Clay.
all right.
All right, here it is.
Before Clay tells a story, thank you guys so much for joining in on this special lazy edition
Yeah.
of Tan Pants.
Great.
Clay's story will be undercut by this smooth jazz that's playing right now. Clay, begin your story.
Nintendo announces all still functioning Wiis will self-destruct in 2023.
Really?
The jazz gets louder.
Well, we better hurry up. I want to get a Wii again. I legitimately do.
Nintendo has caused a controversy by announcing that any Nintendo Wii that's still in working order will incinerate upon an upcoming date next year.
Jazz intensifies.
Huh.
Now, are you saying that Nintendo wants to kill people in
No.
order to
They're
get
saying
their
due
products?
to a hardware error, they've done research. They think that people's Wiis that people are still using and that they still work. They're saying that there might be some problem and some chip is going to set on fire or something.
Due to changing standards in the gaming industry and better hardware being available, we think it's best if every single Wii that is still in perfect working order just bursts into flames one day next year. Just melting and shooting parts all across the room. Once we get this new Switch Sports game out, we don't want anyone enjoying a past version of it. I'm sure
that's
you
right.
understand.
It's true.
right.
Nintendo's always right.
I saw it when they announced that.
That looked pretty good.
Right. When I saw the tile screen, I was like, yes! And then when I saw the avatars running around, I was like, no! And then when they were trying it out live, I saw the Mii's again. I was like, okay, it's a little bit better.
No, he's talking about Mario Strikers.
Oh yeah, that did look like a lot
Looked
better.
like fun.
Yeah.
Why doesn't this surprise me, said Gordon Hall, a concerned Nintendo fan. Between suing fans that make games, stopping Melee tournaments from happening, shutting down the 3DS and Wii U stores, Nintendo literally seems like it's doing everything it can to alienate every fan of theirs.
I thought they joined with Panda to
Maybe.
fund more Melee tournaments.
That was after they got a bunch of bad.
Okay.
reviews. They're like, oh, we look really bad.
Forgive me, Clay. Are you saying they're trying to ban every previous Nintendo product from?
Yes.
No, they're just slowly doing it.
And they're not banning it. They're not
They've been doing
producing
it
them
for a
anymore.
while.
It just makes sense from a business standpoint. So Clay's reading a satire article. I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah.
have noticed
Yeah,
that
the
yet.
Burst and Flames part
it's
was-
satire.
I did not notice that. I feel dumb right now.
Okay, it was satire. But yeah, Nintendo does like they shut down the 3DS and Wii U store because they don't want to support that anymore. It costs money to support those environments and only a couple people use them.
Yep.
It just makes more sense to move all their things to what they're working on right now. But yeah, they have sued people for making their own fan games, and they have shut down Smash Melee tournaments.
A lot of their new things are like, oh, it's gone, but you could do it this new way. And you're like, that costs like $60 a month.
Like, yes.
Yes, it does.
Thank you for listening to another riveting episode of Tan Pants.
Actually,
oh,
it's Lazy Pants.
thank you for listening to this special episode of Lazy Pants. I have been one of your hosts. Thank you for listening. Josh, tell us about our patrons.
Patreons, Dave and Drew, Gil Stronculus, and the Big Tine.
The Big Time.
You guys are incredible. Yeah.
Thank you for supporting us. If you'd like to support us too, you can find us at patreon.com/Tan Pants.
Tan Pants or Tan_Pants. You'll find it.
It'll be there, yeah. Search Tan Pants for the first thing after Kroger. What's the store? Kohl's. After Kohl's. After
Who supports Kohl's on Patreon?
type in Tan Pant Kroger.